Hi, Brandon Hardison, President of Champion Strategies, with our ongoing series of public speaking. Why do I prefer to do public speaking? It has helped me over my career, dating way back to sixth grade when the first opportunity to be involved in a play, and then doing some debate and leading on. So I have a soft spot in my heart for public educators. So for those new ones that are going to be going back in the classroom, front of the room, very important job. Teachers need to understand that you set the tone. You're going to be shaping those young minds. So we need to make sure that our skills are good in front of the room, not sitting behind the desk. Get up in front of the room, manage by walking around the classroom as you're presenting the materials so you can see and not see which students are not paying attention, so they need some individual one-on-one or small group help. Also, for those new supervisors or managers, congratulations. Another tough job. Keep in mind your success, and you'll get it if you train your people. Whether it's small group, whether it's once a week, whether it's daily one on ones, work with your people and you will get your reward. Maybe you're one of those people that were told that you're a great speaker and you wanted to get into it, and then the COVID hit, and now we have this box that we're looking at. Yes, it is crowded with a lot of experienced people who used to be doing those conferences, those reunions, all of those workshops. Now everybody is scrambling for a piece that's on here. Can you make it? Sure, it's going to take a little bit more time, but you can do that. Also, there are people that who would like to do it in a professional manner. Outstanding. There are great institutions, 2 year, 4 years, institutions that just specialize on public speaking. Please check them out on your favorite search engine. Or maybe you're one of those people who just want to peruse through, find some YouTubes or anything that can help you because you have gained over your life the discipline to learn on your own without spending the money. So outstanding. But if public speaking is what you like to do, we're here to help you. So we're going to wind it down today. Your presentation is over with, but now it's time because you allowed in your program an opportunity for the audience, for your sales team members, for your students to pose questions. So if there is a Q&A session, the way you respond to questions will have a major effect on what kind of rapport you'll be able to build with that audience. If you're answering questions thoughtfully and respectfully, people will feel that you are taking them seriously. If you flip, if you're dismissive, if you feel that you have no time for a particular question, that is the wrong way to go because not only the person that presented you the question, but I guarantee you other people in the room are going to start feeling that it's not sincere. Questions may be, well, an opportunity for you to get your content, your explosion, your takeaway piece understood a little bit better so when they do leave out of the room, it's good. Now, how do we handle that? Anytime somebody presents you with a question, acknowledge them. Hey, you know what? That is a very good question. I'm glad you asked me that. I think that here's the most important thing, but acknowledge that you heard them. If someone asks a question that you find either you don't know the answer to or it's going to take you time, don't overlook it. Don't say you don't know. Some people try to flip it back with another question by saying, well, what do you think in the audience? Uh, you may be able to get something out of it, but the key thing, you presented some information. We talked about preparing your presentation. There shouldn't be a question that comes up that you cannot answer or direct them to do more research on that. So, ground rules. At the end of your presentation, let the folks know in your own sincere way, does anyone have any questions? Now, if no one responds because they didn't find it excitable, there was nothing interesting to that, after about 10 seconds or so, why don't you just come back and just generalize it? In other words, when I do this particular presentation, most people often ask and then come up with your question. I guarantee you it will break the ice, and someone from there will start to fall in and give you a question. Second thing, do you have to stay in one spot to address the question? Well, this is not a political debate. You're not at the press club. If you feel comfortable standing there, that's great. But there's nothing wrong with moving around the room. I do not understand why teachers, why managers do not move more across the stage. Even if I came in for a keynote or part of a training session, the lesson's over. Let me cover the room. This will allow you not only to answer the question, but now I can move around to see one who has been taking notes, who's been putting you off, who's on their device doing things. Plus, folks know that they're on point when you're moving around. Any good teacher, any good leader, when you manage by moving around, people start paying attention. Another thing I would suggest is answer questions that sounds like an attack. That had came up a few times when someone emailed me. And at some point, I could say that, yeah, you may take it personal that it's an attack on you, but never confront the person in the audience by saying, no, I think you're wrong. Always affirm what they say. That's an interesting point. But here's another way to look at it, or a point well taken. I might have been too sweeping when I was going over that part. So let me clarify. Once again, don't take it personal like it's an attack if you get hit with a question that you feel, how dare they do that to me? They're the audience. They were listening to what you said, or halfway, or trying, depending on how eventful. And remember, we already talked about designing a speech, researching what you're putting together. But some folks do blow everything at the end by how they address a Q and A. Also, when it comes to Q and A's, we don't want to make it another 30, 40 minutes. We hold it to a few questions. If you need some assistance with that, get some assistance. If you need to direct them of how the Q&A is going to work, nothing wrong with that. way, you're still showing that you are the leader that you are. So, last thing I'm just going to touch on is how do we deal with complex questions? We listen. We listen. We make eye contact with the person throwing the question out, and we listen. Don't interrupt. Listen to what they say. Analyze in yourself what they threw out. If you need clarification, get some clarification so you can affirm what they're saying to you, and then answer the question. Q&A sessions can give you additional business. Q&A sessions will let those students in the class know that you are sincere and there to help them. Q&A sessions, if you're a supervisor or manager, will put you in a different light where individuals will believe that if you do say you have an open door policy, they have no problem coming to you one-on-one with a particular situation. And remember, that's what you need. You need their trust and respect if the team is going to succeed and move forward. Now, is it easy? No, it's not easy. Are you going to make mistakes? Yes, you're going to make mistakes. But the thing about public speaking, once you find a way to feel confident, and that comes with consistency because you did practice, because I was persistent on the information that I wanted to gather. But once you're there, believe me, it's one of the most rewarding opportunities that you can ever do for yourself and for the people that are in the audience. Now, some of this makes sense. Hope it does. We'll have another installment for you the next time. Once again, Brandon Hardison, President of Champion Strategies, as always imparting. You go